and welcome to Windowcast and GlassCast, where we are broadcasting live from the trade show floor at GlassBuild America in Orlando, Florida. I am delighted to be bringing this episode to you, our first interview on the podcast with our new president and CEO of the National Glass Association, Lakisha A. Woods. Lakisha, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Katie. This is a fantastic experience.
So before we get into our conversation, I do want to let you know that this episode is brought to you by our series sponsors, Dow, innovating for a sustainable future in building materials, and Lansing Building Products, your partner in quality building supplies. Thank you so much for bringing these podcasts to our audience. So, Lakisha, you have been with the National Glass Association now since July. Tell me, what are your hot takes on glass, on this incredible industry? What are your thoughts?
I immediately think of jumbos and half jumbos. I was at dinner last night with one of our board members, and I remember his immediate education into just all things glass. And I've really loved just listening to our members and hearing the passion behind what they do. It has been a wonderful transition. I am 4 months in and still just listening to everything that our members, our customers, our staff have to say, what they like, what they'd like to see change, and want to make sure that I'm doing all I can to help us grow.
Has anything surprised you?
I think the one thing that would surprise me is actually how much we get done with the staff team that we have in place. I mean, we really just make it happen. And that can-do attitude, people have said, oh, we have a really great culture. And people say that all the time, but it's one thing to say it, and it's another thing to see it in action. And it really just brings me joy every day to work with our team.
Well, that's good to hear. I like that. And, you know, part of the biggest project for our staff at the NGA is putting on this show where we are today. We're so excited to be able to record these podcasts live at GlassBuild this year. So this is your first GlassBuild. How has your GlassBuild been?
I have loved every moment of walking through the show floor and engaging with attendees. I'm amazed the number of attendees who have stopped me to say, oh, I want to say congratulations, and it's so great to meet you, and I'm excited about your leadership. That means a lot. So that has been an unexpected surprise and really kind for people to do. I'm also just amazed. I still can't believe I've spent my entire career in the construction industry and I'd never heard of the show. And so it's to see some of my former members come to the show yesterday, and they too looked around and said, have you seen anything like this? And they couldn't believe they had never heard of the show. And so I just think about the opportunity that lies ahead in bringing closer partnerships with other associations in the AEC space to build awareness of this show and all of the great exhibits and attendees that are here. That is just such an opportunity that lies ahead, and I can't wait to see what we can continue to do to grow on the success of the show.
So let's talk a little bit about that experience that you alluded to there. You know, you are no stranger to trade shows. You are no stranger to the construction space, to the AEC space, and certainly no stranger to associations serving this incredible industry, or wider building and design industry. So can you kind of introduce your background to folks who may have missed it in our previous print interview?
Absolutely. Well, one of my first jobs out of college was working for the National Ready Mix Concrete Association. So my introduction to construction-related trade shows was World of Concrete and ConExpo ConAg, which I still think ConExpo ConAg is the largest construction trade show in the Western Hemisphere. But that's what I saw, and so cranes in the parking lot and big trucks on the show floor. And I found the members who have such a passion for aggregate and everything that goes into making concrete. And so I learned that really early on. I love the industry. And then I went from NRMCA to AGC of America, working with general contractors, and from there to the National Association of Home Builders, where I spent the majority of my career. and worked on the International Builder Show with my team. So, of course, another big construction-related trade show. And then, of course, I had the opportunity to lead as the president and CEO of the National Institute of Building Sciences, moving over into a 501c3, and then from there to the American Institute of Architects, leading that organization. And here I am at NGA, and I have to say it's like a full circle moment, and one of those opportunities when I looked at all of the things that I had done. I knew when I was going to make a move that I wanted to stay in the construction industry, but I wanted to work for a trade association. I wanted to work with a team that was probably a little smaller so that I could really get to know each and every person on my team. And I found this absolute home after talking to Nicole, who really sold me on what was so great about the industry and the passion that people have. And it really brings me back to that first job working for NRMCA, where the members were so passionate about what they do. And right here, I have seen that so much in our members really loving what they do and eager to tell me about it and show me. And I want to do everything I can to help them grow their business, because that's a passion for me.
So within the construction space, what is the role of an association to those members in your vision, in your view?
So I do believe that, so often people think, oh, well, you're the CEO of this association, you must be in this business. Well, my job, running an association is I run a 501c6. There are laws and rules and education that you have to have in order to properly run that business. This isn't a glass company. This is an association. It's a trade association. And so that's my area of expertise. And my job is also to make sure that our team has all of the skills to create the right products and services that support the industry that we represent, to ensure that our businesses continue to thrive, that they continue to innovate, that they have the knowledge that they need to be successful, that they have the workforce that they need, so that we're creating training programs that will help them grow their staff and educate their staff and grow their business. And it's all just a full circle moment. But that's what we do as associations. We help our industry thrive. And that's what I love to do, and that's what I'm eager to do here at NGA.
Well, we are so excited to be able to pull from all of your knowledge from these different organizations and different product sectors and bring it to glass. It's been a really fun 4 months, and I can't wait to see what happens in the next 4 years and beyond. So one thing we've been asking a number of our podcast guests is for their hot take of GlassBuild. If you could have, you've been able to spend some time on the floor, chat with folks, what's your hot take? Maybe a trend, a demo, something new maybe that the NGA is doing on the floor, or a conversation topic that you've had with someone that just really resonated and said, oh, that's interesting.
Well, one thing I hope is happening today is more people going over to see the Skills Challenge. I love that area that we added this year, and it was fun seeing the architects over there yesterday, where they get to pick out what went wrong with the shower door installation. And then also, I just think that's a great opportunity to get hands-on and see something different. I still just, again, love looking at the various machines, the software technology that's helping our members be more effective, and then also some of the fun things that people do within their booth to just, work is work, and we are going to continue to showcase the resources that are here. But if you're going to get away from your house, you want to have a little fun when you're on the show floor, and one of our exhibitors has a Galaga, like the game, in their booth, and they said whoever has the highest, if they beat the high score, they get to take the machine. So if I'm missing for a little while...
You're trying to beat your high score?
I'm trying to beat that high score they have. It was a flashback to my high school days.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, well, we're going to have to share that booth number after this. All right, we're going to finish off with one kind of fun one. So it's a word association game. And I will say GlassBuild is, and fill in the blanks. So can you finish this sentence? GlassBuild is.
A must-attend event.
All right, you heard it here. Thank you, Lakisha Ann Woods, new president and CEO of the National Glass Association, and my colleague. I'm Katy Devlin, vice president of content and programming for the NGA. This has been Glasscast and Windowcast. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.